Yo, yo. Anybody on yet? Hey, Modern Picasso in early. Hey, man. Glad you could join us. Well, I guess the long overdue correction in equities has begun. See how long it lasts. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be pulling crypto with it too badly. Is that level okay? We're good? What are we at, 32? We'll give it another minute. We'll roll. Oh, let's see. What do we got? We got pretty good mix of crypto to trads today. Just glad to see. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm sure I know we have a lag here. What am I doing? Okay, I'm getting rid of disclaim. Okay, guys. Yeah, interesting price action today. Trying to follow through from yesterday. Okay, so this is okay, I should probably, I always forget to do that. I just assume people know what we're doing. But just for any that are new that are joining us, it's the same thing we do every week. I poll the members, I ask them to give me their assets with their TA because I want to kind of check how they're progressing with methodology that we teach. It's not exclusively Elliott Wave, it's just that's foundational to how we approach market structure. But of course, Elliott Wave is market structure, so we include all of it, and that's, it's a collection of technical approaches that creates a methodology. So as we look here, let's just go ahead and dive in. This is from, and I think he's a relatively new member. It's Mescaline. It's good handle. Mescaline is giving us. Oh God, what is? Oh yeah, it's another language. Oh geez, I can't even read it. God, I need that translated. But here's the asset. Denmark? I'm not sure where that's being traded. But it doesn't matter, right? So the idea is, a chart's a chart, right? How the algo is responding, how are people responding. This is some really nice Elliott work here. So if I get this popped up here. I mean, really nice, right? It's definitely. See, this is always what I like to see because he's done the work, right? Let's go. Oh, Jesus, we're going all the way back to this low here. He's see the reason to do this, right? Because you can look at this and go, oh fuck, why do I care over here? Why do I care about that? We're trading on the hard right edge. Why does any of this matter? Well, it's context, right? That's why it matters, right? And the fact that he's been willing to put the effort. Look how far back he's gone. He's done all of this, so he's tracking this, like an assassin, tracking his prey, right? Every swing is accounted for. So that builds conviction when you're taking a trade because you understand. You can see what's happening along the way. Now, I think he gave me a 4 hour. I went out to an 8. Let's go down to what he gave me. So looking at this now, Of course, remember with Elliott Wave, there's a predictive element to it, as long as we don't have invalidations, right? So you trade your TA or your Elliott count or your market structure until it fails, right? And then you have to reevaluate. And we're seeing a lot of that in crypto over the last couple of days. A lot of bullish counts are just getting blown up, which, the idea is not, oh, well, that means you're wrong, right? No, that's not the way to think of it. It means the market has changed, right? The underlying technicals have changed, so we have to accommodate that and then react accordingly. Now, fortunately, whether it be simple market structure or an Elliott Wave count, there is always a way to adjust and react to what the market is doing. Now here, there's no reason to do that. This is kind of interesting. He's suggesting the possibility here. Because we're looking at a wave 4, that it could be a 1-2-1-2 or it could be a triangle in here. Either way, it looks like he's already long on this with a good target. I don't want to assume that, but per this entry, it looks like he got in here. Well, he could have traded this any better. Perfect. It almost doesn't matter, right? So why would this matter? If it's 1-2 or a triangle, what matters? Let me get this out of here. It almost doesn't matter. Right, because you got the launch here. What's really kind of telling here, if I can get this. Oh, oops, I don't want to move his entry here. Things to look for. Maybe I do want to pull this over. Let me see if I can do it and not screw that up. Can I pull this over? Oh shit! I got to pull it this way. Now, as we're looking here, right, so that's a candidate. Oh, I'm gonna pull that off here just so we can kind of look at this. We can look at it here and say, okay, well, this is the consolidation. I don't know why I've got a red box on there, but I do. Let's just get a red, right, consolidation. Now, this is very tricky because you're unsure here. Oh, what? You've got an impulse. There's no disputing that we have a nice impulse here. It gets a little funky with that, but again, this is very nice work, right? If we go to a 60, you can see that ending diag here, and then the dump off of that. Now we go into consolidation. So, it wouldn't matter here. There's some nice. No, I'm going to send that down. Some nice divergence here. What is he using? I think that's just the standard RSI. Consolidation here, right? There is no trend. There is just contraction. I say this every week, every video I've ever done, right? What do we know comes from consolidation, contraction, right? Expansion. Now, how do we identify expansion? Right? It can't be any simpler, right? Fair value gaps, right? Imbalances, right? This is the reason it's so critical. And I had a couple of people asking, say, hey, I love your TA, but I'm unsure how to enter. Well, here, this is a pretty good example. Now, we could draw them, or we could use a tool, right? That's what you're looking for right there. Because this means it's muscle, right? I'm on a 1 hour. We retail traders, we can't do that. We can't create that kind of imbalance. Only muscle can do that, right? Whether it's algos, institutions, choose your muscle. But that's the telltale sign, right? There's a couple of things here that are clues, right? First, here's liquidity sitting here that doesn't get grabbed. There's stops there. It looks like that could be our friend, that Al. Oh, a little deep for Al. We in log. Yeah, it wouldn't matter, right? So not Al, right? It's just consolidation. Now, what is it? 1, 2. A, B, C, 1, 2, right? Again, I kind of like his idea that this could very well be a triangle, but all that matters here is that we come out of it aggressively. So per his count, if that's 1, oh shit, we could do it. Oh, let's do it this way. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It looks like we're still going here. So there's potential for this to continue to go. Now, once we get underway here, now we want to use our tools, right? The fib tools that are just inherent in Ninja, or not Ninja. Used the other side of my business. In TradingView, okay, well, if this is a 1, and if that's a 2, okay, well, this would be an extreme for a 3 to get to a 2, 6, 1, 8. It's not they don't go past that, but that's pretty extreme. And then look at the imbalances along the way. I mean, this is easier. Oh God, there's a gazillion of them. I just happen to like this one because it gives me both regular and inverse, right? So we can see all of the imbalances here. So this is an aggressive move, and perhaps we're heading as far here. If we're going to go, we've got another, if there's another kick in that 2618, pretty nice trade for him. He's got his targets up here now. Sell up here, right, or exit. I'm not sure what his thinking is here. I don't think you'd want to be selling up there, not without some indication that you had a swing back here, and then maybe there's a fair value gap here that would be the entry trigger to get short on that. I think what he means more is take profit. So we can do the same kind of thing over here. Right? It just tendencies, right? It's not that with certainty, but we can look here and say, okay, well, if this is the one, and this is, oh, come here, oh Jesus, my machine lagging on me. Where's his 2? Right here. Okay, interesting. Now, so look at this again. I can't make this shit up, right? So here's 1, here's his 2 here per the WXY. Where is the highest probability location for a wave 3? Oh, I know I got problems with my hard drive. Lagging on me a little bit here. Let's hope this is not going to be an ongoing issue. It might be. There we go. Okay. 4. Now we're going for 5, right? So do we have the right look? We literally go to the highest probability location for wave 3. And note, this is off of a very funky, we're going to do a WXY, right? Very unusual, but I'm just using his pivot. Where do we go? Magic? No. What, you think algo driven? Probably. Again, it's where do they usually go, right? I mean, it's as simple as that. Okay, so now we've got a reasonable candidate here. 1, 2, 3. Well, if that's the 4, well, same kind of thing. Well, where do they usually retrace to? Well, if I put a wave 4 on that template, again, it's nothing fancy. Just where do they usually go? Well, where there's a 50. Now, whether or not this ends up being a triangle, right, it almost doesn't matter. You've got this really nice target up here. Oh, we could probably do it here, and then we have to clone it so we could get the running parallel here. I might go all the way. Yeah, that'll do it. So we just doubled the channel. Now, here we go. So that would be the center line of the channel. Looks like perhaps, right, 3 here. Could be 4, right? You don't want to call it too early, but that'd be kind of skinny. Look at the 2, right? So I might, here. This could all be internal, right? So we don't know that's the top yet. 2618 was a little bit higher. So if there's another leg down here, right, all of these targets up here, you see. And the other thing I like what he's doing here, he's not greedy about it, right? I mean, these are excellent targets, right? He's getting a 3-to-1 risk reward here. Don't be a pig, right? Pigs get slaughtered. No reason to be piggish about where this could go. Always a good idea to take a partial, right? If you're right and you get something like this, right? You don't want to let that come back. So we have the right look. We have an potential extension in the 5th. He's traded it as perfectly as it could be. But again, note all the work he put into it. I know traders everybody wants it to be easy. Can't I just draw some lines and make it easy? Well, he put the effort in here. That's his reward. Kind of how it works. So just lovely, right? Kind of the same idea. You can look here and say, well, look, was that all consolidation? How do we identify a 4? Right, we stop progressing the trend. Try and go sideways, and we get consolidation. What comes from contraction, right? Expansion. So you can see, you could make the same case down here, right? All of this is just consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion, right? It's kind of how the market moves. Expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. Right. So there's a rhythm to that you will show up certainly in trending markets. This you want to look for, right? Am I seeing it? I mean, the other way you could look at this, it just is telltale signs, right? We want to see a break of a pivot and then a retrace, right? It's just the same things over and over again, right? So we say here, right? Break, retrace, break, retrace. break. Well, not much of a retrace yet. Right, but that's why you would want to be anticipating. Now that's a big kick after we swept that high. So there's a, for the breakout traders, right, that's good to see, right? Because we want them to keep doing it. We want those breakout traders to have some success, at least occasionally, right? Or they'll stop doing it. Now that's a 1 hour. Really very little retracement here. So this is really and look at all the imbalances along the way. This is really, muscle is driving this. So what are you waiting for, right? If you're not in it, right? Not, I don't know how many people watching this would be trading. I don't even know what exchange it trades on, to be perfectly honest, right? But does it matter? Does it? You're putting in the 5, right? Or perhaps there's another kick there. It doesn't matter, right? What exchange, what asset, right? They all trade the same way, right? I've been saying that for 6 years, right? That's why I never care what the asset is. Crypto, Forex, futures, makes no difference to me. They all trade the same way. European exchange, American exchange, Chinese exchange, it doesn't matter. They all trade the same way. You notice that, right? Excellent work, Mescaline. Excellent. BYK. I don't know what, I wish I knew what language that was. Looks Danish or German. Beautifully done. Right now he's got this kick and impulse here that's heading up, right? I'd watch that pivot, right? Be careful, right? You wouldn't want, of course, you wouldn't want to buy up there. So any sort of retrace for him would be an opportunity. But I think he's more likely to hit his profit targets here. Okay, so with that said, excellent work. Thanks for that, Mescaline. Kind of just validation to what we're trying to teach you. So that said, let me go over to Robin, who's got Airbnb. Copy his link. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just trying to get sorted out here. All right, so, okay, so I've never looked at this before. It's an ADR. I know nothing about it, zero. Does that matter? Do we see a 5? Do we see a 3? I say this every week, right? Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Seems to. Okay, so he's got... Go to the weekly here. Okay, so let's see if we can get a handle on this. If this is an A and this is a B, then we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of a gnarly C. But valid, right? So he could have finished this, right? This is just, a little bit more work. Whoa, did we overlap there? Looks like we did. We did, so we're going to have to do this. Can we do this? Yeah, that's a bit of an annoying bummer. Let's see. Right there. All right, so we get a little technical glitch here in our Elliott count. Is there a workaround there? I don't think there is. Well, it doesn't look like that's, it's a huge problem here. You'd have to go into a series of 3s. This is, it's tricky. Now we are on a weekly. This makes sense here. Let's work backwards. God, that is. I'm going to move this here. Let me just hide it so I can get in there. Here's. Is that an order block? Is that what he's saying? Can't quite tell. This is almost uncountable until it comes out of it. then we've got this. But again, we've got overlap here. Interesting. So an ending diag here, even though it, boy, sure has a look of being impulsive. Well, let's do this, right? So does it matter, right, is the question. Do we have a candidate here for this low? No. Oh, you probably clean this up, right, for the Elliott purists. You probably do this. Oh, shit. What do we have to do? An WXYXZ? You're going to have to do an, Jesus, an A, B. I think we do. So can we clean this up like this? Get rid of that. Looks like you'd have to finish here to get that done. You know, tricky A, B, C, A, B, C. So flat. Okay, well, let's now go to a daily. Oh, that looks better. Right, okay. So coming out of the hole. Now let me, oh, because this just, I can't have that on there. It fucks me up. Okay, all right, so do I have an impulse off the low? Yes, I do. Okay, then now we're on the daily. Let's dig in there. And, oh, just to make it easy, let's use our friend here. So we can spot these. Okay, so here's an inverse fair value gap that gets inverted. Are we technical here? Looks like it may be too high. Yeah, we got wicks only, right? Start to see that more and more, right? So we need to close on the other side of the 65 to kill the algo. So potential, you've got another target down here. Potential, but it's pretty good launch here. We're not getting A, B, C. That's good. Kind of a bumpy start there. You probably do it there. We kind of got a mixed bag. So there's a pretty strong candidate here for this low to be good because of this, because of all of this. Oh, God damn it, come here. Because of all of this push here. Well, if we have a low, do we have the right ingredients here? I don't know that we do. Looks like we could do this as an ABC. Let's go down here. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a C. Now I don't get a great launch here. Let's go to a 4, see if we get anything here. You see the reaction here as this gets inverted. Well, we can probably play this right by the book. All right, we haven't overlapped here. So until proven otherwise, there's no reason not to think this. All right, it would have to fail, right? We'd have to not be able to sweep that high. So this is a good example, right? So you look here and you go, okay, so is there some reason to not think that? Let's finish it. Right? It almost doesn't matter. Oh, God. Well, there may be a reason. Because that looks like you've got a little diag coming out of here. Okay, so this might create a little, at least an alternate. See here, let's do it that way. Could be we're doing this because, right, we can use, hang on. We can use what we know here. God, that sure looks like, oh, it's a little leading diag here. I'm on a 4 hour. Could that be an A, a B, and then we're going into a C? Well, that's an alternate count we'd have to consider. So if you're trading, I guess it'd be a question of what kind of time frame are you trading and what kind of targets you're looking for. As that sits, that impulse, there's no reason to assume that impulse isn't going to complete. As a matter of fact, if we look in here, right, so we got a fair value gap right here. Let's go to a 1. Assumption, right? We get a little consolidation here. 1, maybe the 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we, there's no knowing. There's only, okay, what can I see here that would make sense? It doesn't matter, right? Ultimately, right? If you're right or wrong, what matters is, do I have a trade set up here with good risk reward, right? That looks tradable to me. Oh, come here. Let's put that on white. Do you like it enough? Well, look where we are, right? So then, okay, let's completely finish it out. Sitting in the golden zone in a fair value gap. Well, now you'd like to see a little reaction there. Rather than it's just sitting on the lows at the 65. That's not something that I would take. I want to see, you got to pop for a little bit. You got to give me this. Give me this, maybe a little, right? Because what are we looking for? Looking for that. Just because it's sitting there, that doesn't mean take the trade. Show me the reaction. I'm down to a 60. This is an ADR. A lot of people trading this. Again, it really doesn't matter what the asset is. It's the technical approach. Where are you going to put your stop? Well, we've already reacted to this imbalance twice. So it's not there yet. I want to get on the other side of that. That would be my 3. This would be my stop. 3.67 to 1. Why would you not take that trade? Well, of course, we'd want to see a little pop come out of there. So as it sits there, I'm not saying buy that, but give me something. Pretty big bar here, inside bar. I'd want to see some signs of a pop there, but very low risk, right? You put it one stop under, one tick under that. There's no reason for another tick. Do you like it? 3 to 1, right? We're going for that 3, but you don't have it yet, right? So you see, this is where you got to be careful here. You can't just say, oh, it's sitting in the golden zone. It's a 1-2, right? So I can take that trade. It's a guaranteed winner. No, it's not. The setup is there, but I got to see some activity. This doesn't look like the volume here is actively traded. It's some ADR. I don't know what it is, right? So it's not great price action here. Doesn't look like it gets a lot of volume to me. Right? So you got an alternate here, but either way, what you'd be trading for is the completion of this impulse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we complete that? If it's a C, right, it doesn't matter, right? Because you're not shooting for the moon here. You're shooting for the completion of that. Well, really, right here, you're trading for the completion of that 3rd, right? You got 3 to 1. That's why you would take the trade, but not yet. Okay, thanks for that, Robin. Did you, no, I'm sorry, who gave me that? Oh, wait a minute. Robin, did you give me something? Fuck, I think you meant to give me something else. All right, let's try again. So, Robin, you wanted Airbnb. How the fuck did I get that? I did get that. Maybe, here, let's try it this way. You got a little AB. You got some other asset in there. This seems like what you wanted, right? No, not fuck. God, I hate that they do that. Airbnb, fuck me. I hate that fucking Python. I don't know why that's in there. Okay, there we go. This is what he wants. Okay, now we go. Had to get out of that trade. I just, too many times. Losers when I'm on a live stream. Okay, so this seems to be what he wanted. Here's something back to Airbnb. Robin, let's go to the daily here, see what we're looking at. This ABC is almost a perfect Fibonacci. Oh, he's locked me here. Okay, so let me unlock these just so I can pull them off. So I can see what he's thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC. Market's moving 5 and 3s. Sure looks like it. So it looks like we're in between the 618 and the 50, right? Prime zone for a reaction for a second, right? Now, no, we don't think. You got to be careful, right? That doesn't mean that this is ultimately definitely going to happen. Market is under no obligation to do anything ever. It's going to do what it's going to do. We're just using Elliott Wave here to say, well, what does it usually do? Note here, big. Look at that. Oh fuck! There's a name for these fucking dandelion. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Little skinny in there. So now, just I always feel like I don't know why I take this stance, but I always feel like I have to defend Elliott Wave, right? Because so many people like to shit on it. Okay, right? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by an A, B, C. Then I get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by an A, B, C. I know, right? Oh, the Elliott Wave. Well, that's your grandfather's TA, right? That doesn't work in 2025. Not in the age of AI and market structure and blah blah blah. Look at the charts, your own charts. Don't take my word for anything. Look, what do you see? Is that 5s and 3s? After 5 and 3, after 5 and 3. You might keep, I think we would probably all agree that it's a strong tendency. Not every chart that you pull up is going to have beautiful 5s and 3s, but this one sure does. So the point being, is there an opportunity here? Okay, do I have an opportunity? I got a 5, I got a 3. Oh, looks like what he's highlighting here looks like we have a perfect A to B equals, we do, right? So now this is what you call technical confluence into a fair value gap. Is it going to hold? Well, we don't know. Pretty close. Make sure I'm right on that pivot. Ooh, wait, looks like we have a break there. Make sure I'm right on it. Now, is that a reason to not take the trade? Well, it's a negative, right? Because you lose the algo here. Because we already, is this bar closed? No, it hasn't. Let's go to an 8. We're sitting in that fair value gap. That's kind of interesting. Well, you're in the pocket here. So your worst case would here, I would just use this as my absolute low. So I'd go to let's do the full, here we get the 786 in there, 707, right? So I've got 50, a golden zone, 707, 786, right? So this is the low that creates the imbalance here. So I'd put my stop right here if that's me, and I'm going to take this trade right here. I'd want to see it get on the other side of that golden. $6.87 to 1. Does this look impulsive? Does this look corrective? Well, here's your low. It looks like this might, did we go down by, looks like that's a true double there. It's not the most gorgeous launch point, but what do we see within it? Again, this is why this is such a tell, right? Look at the imbalances here. Now we get up here, and what do we get? Inverse imbalances. Just as effective, right? Because what the market is talking to you here, it's so we had imbalance here for bulls. Now we come back here, and right, that's invalidated or inverted. So this would be a pretty strong area of resistance, right? And you can see why, right? You don't, again, there's lots of fair value gap indicators that are free on TradingView, right? You don't have to pay one, but understand them. Tradable? Well, you'd like to see something strong come out of there, right? Do we have any balances right now? We're one time framing, right? We're not sweeping the highs of any of these candles. So I'd be cautious there, but that would be absolutely hot on my list, right? If I'm looking for an asset to trade, and a traditional asset to trade, I love the setup. But you don't want to buy it. It's going down, right? The current trend is down. Down, 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 right? No highs are being swept. Imbalance above, right? That's been mitigated. So I want to see something come out of here that shows me that there's muscle stepping in. I want to see a push, right, that would leave imbalances. Like this. This is coming the wrong direction, right? That's coming down. Now this will invert, right? Potentially would invert, and we might come back here, right? Invert this, and now we're going here. That's not yet. That's very close to being a ripe banana, but it's still a little green on the edges. But that's why you would take it, right? Risk reward. Thanks for those, Robin. Sorry, whatever they gave me, somehow that ended up, what the hell ended up in there? How I got on that other one. But this is some really nice work. Now, again, he's put the work in here. Now he got a little skinny at the end of it. But you know, he's all over it. See, when you're really tracking an asset like that, the work shows, right? That's why I want these guys to post, right? That's why we don't, you know, I don't look at these in advance. We don't set this up in you know, let's talk about it and let's show all the golden zones, right? It's not what would the point of that being? That's very tradable, right? But now you look at it here and you go, oh, that's it. That's all I'm going to go. Well, what would your thought be if we come out of this? If that's 1, 2, right? This would be 1, 2 of the three. Shit, it could be the one of the three. If that's really going, well, see, you have to think about that. Okay, so what are the targets here? If this is the 1, and this is the 2, what's my higher target? Ooh, I like this. Got a little note here. I'm gonna unlock that just so I can move it. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's put it all together. All right, so if this is 1 and this is 2, no, pardon me, 3, 4, 5. Let's get us 2 over here, and we've gone 1, 2. Oh, well, that's not going to be 3. That's going to be 1, 2. That could be 1 of 3. So on the bigger scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you look here, so you then go, well shit, why am I taking profit here? Well, always good to take a partial, and that's a 6.87 to 1, right? Don't be greedy. Now, if you're trading this long term, you know, see that you got to ask yourself, can you sit through that? Can you sit through all of that? Now what I have, 100 to 1. Can you sit through that and hold the whole way? Does it make sense? Are we going to go that far? You know, how long is that going to take? End of the year? See, you don't want to swing for the fence there necessarily, but if you're in and you're taking partials along the way, I mean, why is there any reason to assume it's not going there? Is there? Shit, if I take this out to the weekly, it doesn't look so crazy. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you're going to have to go real big. Shit. What am I going to? Cycle? 1, 2. Why would you assume we're not going to 3? Oh, we'll never do that. You sure? Where's my target? Now, it could be 27 before it gets there. 29, 28. You know, when you're out on the weekly, that's why big players like to trade out here, right? Because they can sit with it, will sit with it. We're trying to get 6 to 1 down here, which would be a hugely successful trade. You're not even to 100% yet, and you're already hitting the median line. So it's good to look at these big targets like this and say, okay, right, is that a contender? Again, I ask you, could you sit through it? Most can't. Wouldn't. Couldn't. Right? The temptation to take, right? If your temptation would be too much. What would this be, right? Break a structure. Right? What would you anticipate after that? Retrace. It's good. Nice, great setup. Nice work. All well done. I'm just adding a little of some of our tools that aren't on there yet. All of this just to get, that's 6 to 1, or where we were. Lots of opportunity, right? If this starts to go, you can always come back to this, right? Until this low is swept, you're in a bullish count. So no reason to assume anything yet other than that completes, right? There's no reason to assume otherwise. I don't know what their numbers look like. I have no idea. One, two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's what you've got. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This would be 1, 2 of the 3. I trade them till they fail. Great post, Robin. Excellent. There goes the market coming back. I peek over at Ninja over there. Never get back. Let's see. She's. Oh shit. Let's see if I can do this. Let's leave here. Nope, that's not going to be it. Never get back. I got to get your, let's copy link. Let's try this. There's your image. Okay, so this is the butterfly network. Oh, look how nice this is. Very nice work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck. What is this? What is this? Let's see if I can get it in here. Oh, shit. Well, I don't know that I need to, right? So what do we see here? We got a swing, we got a retrace, and then I've got imbalance. So this is, you're a little bit late because you're coming into this consolidation, but for a 1, 2, if we're in the 3, if we're going up here, looks like we might have just had a little break here of the golden, maybe we're 707 here, but again, do you see a 5 and a 3? 5, 3. Why would you assume we're not going there? You wouldn't. You would assume we are going there over time. I mean, it could be end of 26 before we get there. Perfect. So just a question of, now that's a weekly. So 1, 2, I can see we're in the 3rd, right? That's where you want to see those imbalances, right? Because that means muscle is driving it, right? That's institutional order flow here, creating those imbalances. That's not retail doing it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You might need to look for that liquidity there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I never get back. He never gives me something I can work with. It's something to do. No, I think he's on the move a lot. Or I can't remember why he can't give me something. But okay, that's all right. Let me. Thanks for that. Never get back. Elevance Health here from Robin again. Okay, let's see if I can get the right link here. Let me try that. Do I get Elevance Health? I do. Okay, great. Oh, this looks nice. Oh, Robin's doing some good work here. Okay, right. Very nicely done. So I just do this for my own benefit and gets colors here that will really pop. So here's a 1, 2, right? So 1, A, B, C into a 2. If I'm not mistaken. Seriously, guys, we can't make this shit up, right? Where's the highest probability location for a wave 3? 1618175. Where do we go? It's the reason we teach that. Okay, so if this is 1, 2, 3, 4 down a degree, that's pretty common. So this would be 4 relative to this 2. Where is the highest probability location for a wave 4? Between 23 and 38. Is that a 5 followed by a 3 followed by again, right? There's a reason that's why we teach it. Okay, right. So what do we have here? Up for a Jesus, I'm getting buzzed like crazy. We got a good candidate here for wave 3 up here, right? From this 1, 2, all the way up here. Now we're going big time. Okay, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that a top? Sure looks like it could be. Well, now, oh, pardon me. It looks like I may have pulled from the wrong. This is 1, 2. I get it on there. Now we've gone 200% here for this wave 3 relative to this. Pardon me. I think I had that. I gave you the wrong pull. It was 1618 but it's the internal, right? So that looks like that's 2618. 1, 2. Well, it looks like it's another 200. Interesting, right? So we got 200 here. We got 200 here. Okay, so let's pull these off. Right. One of the defining characteristics of a good impulse is the channeling. Well, we're looking at a monthly chart here. Let's go to a weekly, see how it looks. 3, 4. That's the 3. Let's we can pull this now. All right, same thing, right? It's just different pivots. If that's the wave 3, right to the 23. Okay, beautiful. God, this is good looking work. All right, so we've got a break of the channel. Well, do we need to clone it? Perhaps. Let's come down halfway. All right, so we just get another 50% on that. Does it look like we're done? Well, let's go down to a daily. Do we get a 3? Looks like that 4 may be in. Push it down here. As we sit on that 23, looks like that could be a 50. I just passed it. Second target to the tick. Does this look reasonable? Right, again, a pretty rudimentary Elliott wave. The 4. 5, 3. We're going to get a 5. Okay, let's get in there, see how we look. Let's bring you down here. All right, so telltale signs we want to look for a good pivot, right? Did we sweep some liquidity? Yep. I think there were some stops here. Yep. Are they sad about it? Yep. Do we have now on the daily, right? So what do we want to look for? We want to look for muscle. How do we know muscle has stepped in? Imbalances, right? Because they can't hide it. It's the one thing they can't hide, right? So that's just what you hope, right? So it's literally by the book, right? Sweep the liquidity, get a push, right? Create imbalances, come back, test, right? So you can trade these right on the edge. It doesn't have to go into it to mitigate it, right? Just tapping the edge of it is enough for an entry. So this would, I know hindsight here, right? This would have been a really nice entry. Now here, you want at least 2 to 1, right? That would be your minimum target here if you're entering here. Let's go down to a 4. See how this looks intra 1. Imbalance. The inverse being, this is an imbalance that's inverted, all right? We get that pop off of that. So 1, 2, looks like it'd be over here. Again, inverse. Looks like you'd have to go A, B, C into that. Not bad, pretty straightforward. All right, it's not complicated, Elliott. That's shallow for the 2, right? But now what's happening here, right? So you got to watch, pay attention, right? So is that a break of structure, right? Potentially, right? We've got to have a close above. We don't have it yet, but that would be, right? We close above, we'd have a break of structure. Now, just because it doesn't necessarily mean, break of structure, immediate retrace, right? We can go a long way before we get a retrace, but we can anticipate that. Yeah, I say this every week, right? It's not, we know it, but we can anticipate it. Well, if that's a 1, 2, which looks pretty decent, right? Impulsive. Oh shit, you probably pick your right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This 2 and this 2 look kind of similar. So that's a shallow 2. What did we get there? It's a little Abby normal. I'd have probably missed it, right? We don't get, what did we get? 38. 38. What's the target? Well, this is an algo target here, but it's this different algo. Maybe you got it here. From this internal pivot, I wouldn't even use it. I would just be here going, okay, if this is going third, then I know things that I'm going to anticipate and that I'd be looking for. Well, if this is 1, 2, I've got a channel to start with, right? That channeling is so critical, right? So don't forget to draw them, right? Because it kind of guides you as to where this may be going, right? And if it starts to break from that, you know, oh, this impulse is breaking down. Big fair value gap here, right? It's being mitigated. Oops. Is that enough, right? Would I buy that? Definitely not. Not right as we sweep a pivot. Down here, I'd probably missed it. If you're trading this here, that gap remains unfilled. So your best case here is you're in the 1 of 3. So you'd be looking for this to give you, maybe it's, oh, fuck that. I'm going to use something smaller. 1, 2, working on 3, 4, 5, right? But what you're trying to get into is the 1 of 3, not the 3, right? You're not anticipating that we're just going to, I mean, you know, does shit happen? Yeah, we could do that. But more likely, if this is the 2, see, this is not optional. Has to come. Has to come. Something like this, right? See, that gives you, in my view, that gives you an advantage, because if this is what's happening here, this must happen. It's not optional. It must, or the analysis is incorrect, right? Something else is going on. But there's no why would you assume anything other right here? I've got the 4. I've got technical confluence here. I've got muscle stepping in. I've got a shallow 2, but that could be strength of the market. So we're looking for this 1 and then the retrace here. There's your next trade. If you're trading this, right, is right here. You can probably go right into that pivot. There's your trade right here. If this is 1, 2, because I know this must come. Must. Huge advantage as far as I'm concerned. Huge. If that's 2, if that's 1, 2, then the impulse must come. Nicely aligned in that channel. But you don't, I say this every week, right? Almost to the point where people are annoyed by it. Do not buy the break of a swing high. Who does that? Retail. How do they do in the markets? 98% lose money? You want to be on that team? Go ahead and buy a breakout. You'll be on that team. So we got to wait for the retrace, right? That's the bitch of it. And for all we know, it could do this. Right? You got to be prepared to miss trades. It's okay. You're going to miss more than a few. You got to be able to accept that. My view, right? We're teaching. I mean, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, right? This is how we approach it. This is how we would teach it. How we do teach it, right? It teaches every week. So there you go, right? It's not a trade you can take. Well, let me rephrase that. Not a trade I would encourage you to take right there, but let this break of structure come, retrace, right? Boom, nice risk reward, right? This matters more than anything else. Anything else on the chart. What is the risk reward? Is the risk worth the reward? Well, how would you know? How would you know? Well, you got to have some way to forecast that. Now you could say, "Oh, I'm going to use the liquidity up here." Okay, right? I guess that's valid. If that's the 2, where do they usually go? That's pretty aggressive. Now you got 6.8 to 1. Now you don't need to risk that much, so you can probably tighten that up. Something. So I might give the other side of that to invalidate, because that's just a gap. 12.8 to 1. Well, if you're looking for a trade, why would you not keep that on your radar? Well, only one read it. You got something you like better. Robin, great work today. Really, really nice stuff. All well thought out, right? Nicely done. Okay, well, that's Elevance Health. Never heard of them. Never looked at them. Couldn't possibly care less, right? Chart's a chart. Okay. I got Crypto Janice giving us Bitcoin. Okay, this will be interesting. Let's see what he's got. One thing we know about Crypto Janice, he likes his trend lines. Oh God, it's always a little bit of a deciphering of it. What do we got here? Crypto higher left. Okay, so same thing I do every week. I'm just going to push that down here again, not because it's not important. Just try. Oh God. Okay, right. So here's our 3. I got to do this here. I can't make sense of it. Okay, so he's got. Are there multiple counts in here? Is this the 4? Looks like the 5 is in for the 1 here. Oh God. Okay, let me see. So give me a 4 hour. Let me pull back a little bit. Okay, some of this I'm gonna. Okay, it's locked. I'm gonna pull some of this off here, so I can see what the hell's going on. Oops. I'm gonna just do this right. So this doesn't affect his charts. It's just so I can get in there. His will stay the same, but I can see where we are. Okay, all right. So now, again, I do that. I know it's not going to affect him, right? It's always easier when you've done they're your lines, right? I'm trying to see where we are here. These are 96-day cycles. Interesting. Okay, so he's in the camp, right? I think many now we've kind of gotten there. Let's see, there's alternates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completes. We complete a diag into a wave 1. Now we're in the process of correcting that. We've got, looks like it's a WXY. Looks like it's WX, and we're in the A, B, C of the Y. Looking for a pivot down here. Okay, so let me go back to the 4 hour that I think he gave me. Okay, all right, so we all know what's here, right? It's golden. Just to complete this, right? Just to re-emphasize how significant this algo is. There it is. Now, take note. Remember, it's easy to forget. Always on both sides. So we have our little fib fight. And it actually goes deeper than that, right? There's more in there. So here's our second tap, right? So this is just amazing, right? So this is actually, we go golden, 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 golden. It's just, you know, again, I say it every week. It's not why it moves, it's how it moves. Okay, so ABC into a candidate here, X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's, I have the same count, right? Because it's a 5. So there's only a couple of choices here, right? Is that 1 or A? God, that is a lot of lines. Okay, hang on. So as we tap, note here, look at this, right? Just to sweep the, sadly, there are those that put the 1 tick on the other side of the 618. Ouch, right? And then this is, I think, just consolidation. Pretty good kick out of here. Note we're 1 time framing, right? We're not sweeping the lows of any candles. So if I were to go to a 1, likely you've got, well, really not. Let's get, what's he got up here? Let's get our buddy in here, just because it's easier than having me draw him. Here's an inverted fair value gap. So you see this is kind of what we look for here. So it was resistance, right? Here's the imbalance, right? It drives it down. So actually, it looks like it's algo driven. A pretty reasonable conclusion. So here's our friend. Swing, retrace. We don't quite. We go right to the. Look at. We go right to the edge of that imbalance, and then look where the target is. Right. It's right in between. It splits the golden zone. Now we come out of here. We invert that imbalance. Right. That's why these are just as effective. Now we're going this way. I know, hindsight, but those are things to look for. Okay, 1, 2. Hard to call it. A, B. Remember, we're looking for a B here. So the premise here would be if this is in as the A wave. Here, I'm going to take this up. Oh, let's put that in yellow here. We see it a little bit better. If that's an A wave, as he's noted here, right? So he's forecasting the same thing, right? So I've got 5 down. I'm looking to correct it in 3. Not with certainty. With what do they usually do? Wouldn't you anticipate that? Where would you anticipate that going? Well, I've got. Do you see I'm in a squeeze here between 2 goldens? So let's do it this way. So if I pull from, I think that's the highest pivot. Where would you anticipate that B coming in? Another golden. You got a fair value gap right there. Why would you assume otherwise? We've got them here, here. If you look back, God, there's another one in there, but I won't dig for it. So it's just a fib fight, right? It's just one algo fighting another. Golden, 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 right? It's what it does. Now, so we go, well, how am I going to trade that? How do you know who's going to win that? Who's going to win that fib fight? Well, first, there is no knowing. You don't know. There's no knowing. Where's the better risk reward? If all you care about, right, is depending on your portfolio, right, if you're in and out of the market on a regular basis, wouldn't this be the better risk reward? Do something like use the 786, 4 to 1. Certainly could go lower, right? Note here, what's this down here? That's this algo right here. That's its target. Now you got, if we're going to do that, that's going to disrupt this count. But if we're going to do that, if we're going to go down here, well, what do we got? Now I got 8.6 to 1, putting a tick stop just on the other side of the 786. Could we do that? Well, if we do the B here, again, where's the better risk reward? You're looking for 5 to come down. You're looking for this. Again, you don't know it's coming. That's what you're anticipating based on what's come before it. If this is an A in a 5 and we get the 3 here, that it's not optional. Again, right? I like to get into a trade where I know if I'm right, if the analysis is correct, that's a better way to say it. If the analysis is correct, right, that we're doing an A and a B, the C here, now it could be a diag, right? We can have a wacky diag, but you're looking for 5. Period. There's no, oh, well, maybe it could be a, no. Got to be a 5, right? That's powerful, right? To a trader, in my view, right? You might disagree with me. Feel free to disagree, right? That's what makes a market. But knowing that I need a 5 here for this to complete the pattern recognition, right? If you want to think of it that way, right? Why? I mean, if you don't care long or short, why would you not short that? Oh, I never short Bitcoin, right? Okay. I rarely short Bitcoin, right? I don't have time to work it. So what am I looking for? If we're doing that, oh shit, I can buy it down here at 100, 102, 103. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh shit, I think I don't know, Peter Schiff, somebody's saying we're going to 40K or something. There's always going to be the super bears that, they're right, once or twice a lifetime, that make a living off of it. Do we not, just right, let's complete it. Do we not have a golden corner here? Do we not have 80% probability of getting there? Yes, we do, right? 80 is not 100, but I'll take those odds any day. So do you see all the things I've got here? I've got algo participation, right, that I can identify. I don't have to wonder what happened there. I know what happened there, right? I swing, I retrace. Now, if I come back to get more algo here, because that's how they roll, it'll be a series. A, B, I've got pattern recognition, right? So, which is essentially what I'm saying with Elliott Wave here. It's 3, 3. All right, can I get an ABC, ABC, ABC? I've got geometry. I've got potentially, right, this would all be channeled. What are the hurdles, right? It's going to be the algos. So again, because the algo is there, it's already been tapped once. So to break it, right, that would be the confirm. That would be an internal break of structure. So if I get a break here, right, that's all the better, because now I'm anticipating the 2. Break of structure, what do we anticipate? The retrace. Who's going to buy that, right? People who don't know. Nope. Well, let me rephrase that. They're not approaching the market with this technical approach, with this technical confluence. This is, hello. Now you like to say, well, what if it does a oh shit, come here. What if it does a shift? Does it change it? Right, it's correction, right? So you always want to consider a shift and a correction, as opposed to traditional in an impulse. Let me get you right on there. How does that look? Can I tee that up any better? $102. Would you be a buyer there? Now, I'm not rooting for that. I'm just, that's, if you ask me, gun to my head, right, you can long or short it. I'd be shorting right here. And I take you back to what's the most important thing in all of this? That's the most important piece. Well, this, I say this all the time, right? Solving the puzzle, that's the fun part, right? Assuming you like solving puzzles, right? Can you solve? First question is, can you solve it? Can I find a count here that's valid that solves the puzzle? Yes or no, right? The first question. Then, okay, what can I put all of these components together so I can create massive confluence like we have here? Now, can I construct a trade with good risk reward? Right, each piece, right, is critical, but the most important is this piece. Is it worth the risk? Is that risk worth the reward? Well, only you can answer that for yourself. I would say yes. Don't lose track of this. Right? That's what matters. That's why being right or wrong is almost irrelevant. You just assume. I can guarantee, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to be wrong more than you're right. Period. So that's why this is all that really matters. How much do you lose when you're wrong compared to how much do you profit when you're right? You got to get your head around that. That's got to be the focal point of everything you do in the market. This, not this, this. MK 1988. Oh, Metaplanet. I haven't looked at them in a while. Let's look at them. Very nice work, Crypto Janice. Forgive me for digging in. I have to pull some of that stuff off. I can't see in there. I know you can. Always easier when you drew the lines. Metaplanet. Oh, the fuck on get text. Am I confused? Am I confusing these guys? Is this a Bitcoin Treasury? They might be. Oh, wow. Something weird here. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's doing a 5-3-5-3-5 leading diagonal. So 5-3-5-3, anticipating a 5 to come out of here. That's got to be right. I'm assuming that's what he's thinking because of the way he's got it labeled. I'm assuming that. MK 1988, right? So good eye, right? So could it be a 5-3, 5, 3? This, right? Now we're looking for 5 to complete that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So pretty good upside there. So how would you approach that? Well, you're looking for this low to come in here. So here's a daily order block, nicely nailed. Now, one thing, let's see, you're giving me a 4 hour. Let's go to the daily, see how that looks. Oh, fuck. What just happened there? Okay, let's just see how he's identifying these. Okay, right. So beautiful, right? So here's the order block with a fair value gap that's on the other side of it. Same thing here, right? So this is really nicely done. Very well done. So the key to any order block, right? So there's lots of spots here, but order blocks fail all the time, right? Just like measured moves fail, right? There's no, oh, it's a measured move. It must hold. The key to identifying a good order block is that there's a fair value gap on the other side of it, right? So that's how you know it's an order block, right? Because again, they can't hide it. That's the one thing they can't hide, right? When they step into the market, right, it creates an imbalance. So let me brighten that up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, looking for this last push down here. Could be, I'd be looking right down here at the order block, or excuse me, at the fair value gap. So I'd actually, well, let's go back with what he's saying. So what he's basically creating here, well, you'd want, if we're going to come out of here, right? The anticipation is this, a 5 is going to come out of this. Let's see. So this has to be a one-way, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what he's anticipating here. And then in the process, right? So it looks like what he's going to do is let this show itself, right? So you'd get on the other side of this resistance up here. Let's see. And I think what he'd be hoping for, to get something along these lines, to get up there, is that there's going to be some sort of an imbalance or an order block or something he can trade off of in here, to identify, because again, I talk about this a lot, right? So if there's a swing, there's a retrace. Now, how do you know only two things, there are only two possible outcomes here. Either this breaks or that breaks. That's it, period, period, period. Every trading decision you've ever made can be boiled down to just that. Which side's going to break? Well, what would give you some clue here? If there's an imbalance down here. That's usually the only clue you're going to get. Because, of course, this could be this. Right? That's the conundrum of trading right there. It can be broken down to just that. That's all it can ever be. Outside of the realm of option trading where we have other variables in here. But in just price action, that's it, right? Which side? And it just to make it tricky, right? That could very well be a fair value gap here. How do you know? Well, that's why we teach Elliott Wave, because the only way you could have number one, there's no knowing. The only advantage you have is the context that came before it. That's it. That's all you get, which is why it's worth doing this fucking work, because most people, oh, fuck me, Elliott Wave, Jesus Christ, look at all this shit I have to learn. Oh, God. Can't I just draw some lines? Well, you can. How seriously do you take your trading, right? Is it worth putting that effort in? It's not that fucking hard. It's 5s and 3s. It's not that hard. Does it take some effort? Yes. Yeah, it takes some effort, right? You got to learn. I mean, it takes a little time too, because you'll make mistakes. But this is the conundrum of trading, forever and ever and ever, right there. The only thing that gives you the slightest edge, and that's all you ever get is a slight edge, is the context that came before. So as we sit here, you can see he's going to wait for that to come, right? He's going to let all that profit go for the setup, because he'll have an edge here, right? Assuming, right, he has something to work with here. Could be the fair value gap, could be the order block, something to say, okay, well, what is it that matters? This. Doesn't matter if he's right or wrong, right? A trade's a trade's a trade, right? It's just, like buses. There's always another one coming. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses here. Well, it can matter to him. But over a trading career, over the year, the only thing that matters is, did he have an edge, right? So again, think of your journaling, right? Did I have an edge here? Did I construct a trade that made sense to me, that gave me good risk reward? Yes. Is that too aggressive? Well, maybe we sweep that high, right? Maybe we just go up to that high. Still good, 17.86 to 1. This is what matters. This is just puzzle solving. Nice, MK 1988. I don't know what the get tax is. It must be European asset. I don't, it's not one I trade. Does it matter? I could care less, right? I don't care what it is. ETH for Crypto Janice back. Let's take a look at ETH. Okay. Got to copy him again. We know there's going to be a lot of lines here. Okay, so we're going to go ETH is in high right. How's the market doing? Okay. High right, we're on Binance. Okay, so I got to do a little, I got to deconstruct his stuff just a little bit. Now, see, when it's your stuff, right, you know exactly what you've drawn. This one always fucks me a little bit. On the right. All right, so let me do this here. Let's get it so we can see it. Okay, all right, so these are all meaningful to him. It's hard for me to get in, see what's going on. So I'm going to pull some of this out again. No disrespect to the work that he's put into doing it. I have to be able to see it. In or out of log. Okay, so that's a I see what he's doing. Okay, so let's pull out. Okay, look at the nice channeling here, right? So why are we in log? Oh fuck. Well, I guess we have to be here. 4 times the range. We do, but it, you know, again, a log is kind of annoying, right, to have to go to log, but we do all the time. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some reason you're anticipating we're not going to have a 5 in Ethereum. You know, I mean, there's no knowing here, but I've got to assume that anyone who's watching one of my live streams, you know, we're crypto bulls. Why would you assume that's not coming? Oh, I saw someone on Twitter said it's going to crash. It might. It might crash, right? I'm not saying it's not, but if you're a trader, I mean, you literally have dreams about that. Oh, God, maybe I'll get a 5th. Maybe. You tell me what would be worse, right? You take a trade here with a reasonable stop and that risk reward, you get stopped out. Where does this count invalidate? You're going to have to go all the way down here. We're going to have to go here to invalidate this count. Now, okay, we start doing that, you know, we're getting something else likely happening. What's more painful to you, to take the small stop here or watch that happen and not participate when it was right there? I promise you, having done this for 30 years, that is much more painful to see that go and not be on board because you were scared of it. Oh, I didn't want to get stopped out. I didn't take it. You can't be scared of it, right? You got to give it the respect it deserves because, you know, so you hear me say this a lot. Market takes aggressively. It gives reluctantly. Now, can you sit with it all the way up to 6 grand? Is it ripe, right? Can we look at this and say, oh, shit, that's perfect. Is it perfect? Does it need to be perfect? Not really. It doesn't need to be perfect. We need to have everything that we're looking for in a setup. Well, if this is A, right, does that fly, right? Does the fly as an A? Yeah. Fly as a B, yep. 1, 2, 3, looks good. Looks like we're kicking a little bit for the 4, 5. Where's the trade, right? He's already got it teed up for you right here. I'm going to let's put that in. There we go. Looking for the low down here. Why, right? So this, I might bring this down a little bit here. Oh, and let's fatten that up. Okay, so we're already in this process. So what we're after here, oh, let's use the arrow. Here's the A. Here's the 5 in the A. 3 in the B. We got a 1. I got a 2. I got a 3. I'm looking for the 4. I'm looking for that 5. Now, do we know that that's going to come? No. There's no knowing of anything ever. There's no knowing. There's only probabilities. What is it we're saying here? What we're saying is that we've got, oh, how's he going to do this? Oh, no shit. Are you doing this in a diag? Oh, God, he is. Okay, hang on a second. Let me make sure I'm following your count. Okay, I got to back up. I might have misread what you've got here. I might beg to differ with this count a little bit, which is okay. So I've got a 5. I've got a 3. Is there an alternate here? See, I think you might. Well, okay, so the way he's got it, so we've got the 5 into the 1, 3 into the 2. Then he's going A, B, C, it would appear, into an ABC here. I might beg to differ with that. Is there an alternate, right? Could we do it differently? Now that's very shallow for the 2. Let me get that something you can see. Oh, what will be bright here? Let's go with white. Into the 3. Now, is that a little weird? It is a little weird, right? Because this 2 is so shallow. But it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5 into the 1. WXY into the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 3. Okay, I got to go down here. Let's go to a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I get an impulse that completes. So cryptogenesis. Maybe you're back and forth between counts. My guess is he was counting. He maybe just didn't change it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now right look, it's a little Abby, normal. I mean, huge kick in the 1, right? Which is, so you can look at this after the fact and go, oh, well, the huge extension in the 1 is why I get such a shallow 2, right? I mean, that's abnormal, right? That's very unusual to have such a shallow 2 in the 3rd. But then given the extension in the 1, maybe not so crazy. But I do think you're, just for good habit, I think you're better to label that as a 5, not a 3. Feel free to disagree. Right? It's just my 2 cents added in there. Okay, so I've got a 1, 2, 3. Now, the other thing I would look for is I'd measure. Right? It just takes so little time. Well, here's our high probability location, right? So we go right here. There's another. That's what kicks we get the 3rd of the 3rd here. It's not relevant here, but then we go up here and we sweep that high. Okay, what do we always want to be mindful of after sweeping a high? I know, right? Just because we have new people, and I have to say this often. Do not, my suggestion, ever be this guy or this guy, right? What is that? That's a break of structure. Retrace. Now, shallow here, right? So you say, but went up again. What do we get? Another break of structure. Now that hurts. Do you think, who buys this? Retail. How did that work out for them? Right. Do you think they were liquidated? Probably. So we see similar things down here, right? It's a telltale sign of a pivot, right? Was there a liquidity sweep? And not only that, look at this is what the death blow. Well, let's go to a 1 here. This is when, if you see it, you just have to exit because you've been bent over there. Sweep the liquidity, imbalance. And look, the imbalances continue, right? You know this is muscle. Well, there's more, right? This is fully, right? Muscle is taking that down. Imbalance, imbalance, imbalance. You don't just never worth it. Never. Yes, some are going to go. You're going to miss some. It's never worth the risk, right? It's a really uncomfortable place to be in the market, right? But having bought because see, if you know it now, you deserve it. Sorry, but that's how the market teaches you. You deserve that because you did something stupid. Well, let me rephrase that. You did something that only an inexperienced trader would do, right? Well, keep doing it, right? How much money do you have to lose before you stop doing it? That's really the question. That's what happened to me. I had to lose so much money. I was like, oh my God, okay, hard rule. No more breaking, no more buying pivot highs or lows or selling pivot lows, right? It's never worth the risk. It's never worth it. What's the risk reward here? Well, I think of it this way. This is an all-time high. Where are they going to get liquidity? Not up here. Muscle wants to move the market. They need liquidity. It's not up here. It's down below. Think of it that way. Right? Which is why a break of structure is the worst possible place to enter the market. The worst. There's no worse place. Period. Let's get you over to the side here. They get paid? Eventually. Oh, they've been stopped here. Oh, there's going to be internal though, right? That's how they roll. There's one. Oh God, they're not getting their targets. Interesting. No, they don't care. Looks like you got one there. Oh, pardon me. There they got paid. They'll take all of this, right? Stopped out, right? This is where they get stopped out. They get stopped out here. They don't care. They'll get it. They'll find it eventually, because it's mechanical, right? It's software. It's not some guy going, oh God, I better short that one after the stops I took here, right? It's mechanical. That's why you can count on it, because it's mechanical. Okay, all right. So now, as we come in here, having established, okay, I got a good candidate for a 1-2, right? The 2 goes right to the golden zone. Shocker. Okay, right. So 1, 2, did I have a 3 down here? It sure looks like it. If that's the 1 and that's the 2, well, here's our high probability zone. Right to the edge of it. Looks like the fact could be in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Let's change that color so we can see it. Right again, for me, this is why I do it, so I don't get lost on which is which. Okay, so I got a candidate here for a 4 coming back in. In for the 4. What do we look? He's got the target. He's got a hot box down here. That's the target. So we got a good target down here. Is there anything I can? Looks like I got an imbalance over here. Could use that might be in conjunction with that. Okay, how's the channeling looking? All right, for let's keep it here. Yeah, a little throwback. Oh, for that, I'd want the 23 on there as well myself. But I got a good target down here. Now, it never means come down here and sit with a limit order. It means wait for the reaction. And then if there's some first place, how would you identify a good reaction, right? You'd want imbalances, right? You'd want to see signs of institutions stepping in, or muscle, pick your muscle. You'd want to see a fair value gap in there to demonstrate, oh, that wasn't just a random pivot. Muscle stepped in. Where could we then? So what would that look like? Now, do we know that's coming? Of course not. There's no knowing. There's only the probability. What would the risk reward be there? Right? You see, this is what I want to emphasize here. 4 to 1. Oh man, I only want the 15 to 1s. Okay. Well, then you're going to sit through the drawdown of the 4, right? Which I'm not saying don't do that. You're looking for this. Shit, even that's. Well, I will say this, right? If this starts to go, all right, my stop goes here, right? Now I'm tightening, because you don't ever want to let something come back and take you out, right? If you start with it here. Right, and you get, okay, let's put it together. Right? It's the same thing every single time. Oh, that's a break of structure. Now, it could be a change of character, right? You know, don't get caught up in that. It's breaking a significant pivot. What are we anticipating after that? Retrace. Would that make sense in the Elliott count? Well, if this is going to be a third, you need a 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's going to be the third. So after you break the high of the 1, don't be shocked if you get this. Right? That's what you want. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, wait, imbalance. Oh, I broke structure, retrace. Oh, maybe I've got some imbalance here as well that I can play off of. Now I get the 3, right? Can I get the 3 here? Right? That's what you'd be after. Can I get that? Where are your entry locations? Well, keep in mind it subdivides, right? Because of course, if this is going to be a 3, I need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that. Right? That's the beauty of it. It's fractal, right? Things that are not optional. This and this, not optional. If this is going to play, that must come. Powerful. Where else do you get that in technical analysis? I'll answer for you. Nowhere. Nowhere. If there was something better, that's what I would teach. I'm not saying it's easy. What matters here? This, not this, this. Because let's assume you're wrong. What? That's a jab. That's a home run. Knockout punch. You're going to take a lot of jabs. I like to use the boxing analogy, right? People they don't want to get stopped out. Well, I got in the boxing ring. I didn't want to get hit. Don't hit me. I just want to be throwing punches and never get hit. Think again. Nice. Cryptogenesis, good work. We want this down one more time, right? But see, if you're long Ethereum, you're like, well, what do you mean you want it down one more time? I want it down one more time so I know where I am. So I know what's happening. Right here, I'm like, well, how do we identify a 4? Stop progressing the trend. Consolidation. What is the one thing we know with absolute certainty in the markets? The only thing we know with certainty. From consolidation comes expansion. It's the only thing we know with certainty. From consolidation comes expansion. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. How am I doing on time? Oh, God, I'm ahead of schedule. Oh, BC is giving me, I don't know what he's giving me here. KTOS. Oh, okay. BC, I don't recognize that handle. Might be a new member. Okay, so we are, oh, KTOS. Okay, let's go down here. Save that. All right, KTOS. Never looked at KTOS. Don't know anything about it. Don't care. Don't need to know. Well, I don't mean to be glib when I say that. Of course, this, it's not new information, right? But the technician's first assumption is that all the fundamentals that can be known are factored into that price. That's what the market decides the price. That's why you can make that statement. I don't really care what they do or what. Now, if you were going to trade this long term, yeah, I'd want to know a little bit about them. Just going to hide this for the screen real estate. Okay. First, what's the first thing we see? This is nicely done, BC. What's the first thing we see here? I can get these hot. There's a corner pocket. Where does it go? There's your 80%. Hopefully, for those of you that watch this regularly, you see the pattern recognition. It doesn't mean that every time we've got a corner that we're getting there, but it's the consistency of the approach. That's what gives us an edge. Trading this way, we don't go, oh fuck, that didn't work. Well, I better look for something else. No. Did the algo get paid? Yes. Did the 80% get realized? Yes. Is there pattern recognition here that can work? Yes. Could this be a 1, 2? Well, if so, I got to have a 3 here. Now, well, okay, put it all together. If this is the 1 and this is the 2, where's the highest probability location for that wave 3? I mean, you got to ask yourself that same question. Well, what's the target? Well, what? Oh, could that be the 3? Or could that be the 1 of the 3? Right? Why would you assume otherwise? We're not even to 100% the length of the 1. So if there's a top going in here, and there's no indication that there is, right? We're just screaming right here. I mean, this could keep going, right? So there's no telling. But if you look at the internal structure, let's get in there. Oh shit, I'm looking at a weekly. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Oh shit, I can't scrunch it anymore. Oh, that's as much as I can get. Let me get to a 3-day. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I've got a pretty good candidate here for this to be going 1 of 3. If this is where I'm targeting that 3, let's take you up. Oh, here, let's go to minuet, right? If that's the 3, if I've got a target up here, is that possible? First question is, what? Could that be? Well, see, once you're on the other side of the median line, you could keep it there for just the geometry potential. I'm going to hide it because the alternate here that I can work with now that 80% is realized is the channel. Okay, well, I don't know that I'm in the 3. That could be the 1 of the 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's get in there. Oh shit! If I go here, it's really hard to get in there. Okay. 1. Let's brighten that up. 1. Oh, let's make that a little bigger. Oh fuck me! Come here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Things that don't happen randomly. Right? We don't overlap that 1. That would be liquidity, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, that's pretty gnarly, actually. Well, let's break that down a little bit. All right, do we get a good impulse here? It gets a little bumpy in there. Let's go to a 3. A bit choppy. I'm just kind of peeking for an alternate, right? Where do I get an impulse? I don't get an impulse in here. Let's see if we can do it. Again, back to solving the puzzle. 1, 2. I don't get an impulse here. 4, 5. Let's put that. Let's just change that color so I can tell the difference. Let's go to 30. That's fine. That's too much. Let's go to 60. You see the conundrum here. I've just been going off. It's not optional. I have to have an impulse here. Do I get an impulse? I don't. This is also mighty deep. Let's see if we can. I'm almost done here. Let's pack here a little bit. Well, this is a good example of some puzzle solving. Like oh, right at a distance. Oh, this looked all just fine. Don't have an impulse here. What's an alternate? Another 1. This is all going much higher now because there's no impulse here. And then given the depth of that retracement, I would probably rethink that. It's kind of a shit show up here as well. Let me go to a 4 here. Impulse. There's one right here. Let's back this up. Well, here now, I can bore the shit out of you here. Right, I gotta be careful. Looks like you could do a WXY into that. And then here's your problem. I can get a 5 in there. But it's not an impulse. So even if I pull this over here, we don't overlap, but I don't get an impulse here. Well, let's see. Can I get it here? Oh, I can't do it. So that would have me rethinking this. Now, you can say, oh, fuck, man, who cares? Look where we are. Because it's going to affect everything going forward. That's a little sharp, but could be going here. So let's. Welcome to the sausage making, right? This is, right? If you're into solving the puzzle, right? Here's this is a challenging puzzle. Let's go to an 8. See if I can make this fly now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. A, B could be. Resistance becomes support. Nicely identified. Oh, good use there. Where's the 4? This is, so often this kind of thing that I'll do, if I'm unsure, like, oh, that's a little, because if it starts to break down, I got to come back to where were the problem spots. Let's pull this off here. If this is a 2 and that's a good, no, fuck me, get off of there. If that's a good C, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least I finish here with a 5. W, X, Y, because I finished ABC, so something along those lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to be a 1. It's not an impulse. So 1, 2. Oops. What's the retrace? If this is the 2. 50 the golden zone. All right, so good contender for a 2. I don't love the A, B. It could be a running flat. Well, let's see. Well, let's measure up here. We don't know that that's the 3. That could be the internal. God, these allergies drive me crazy. Probably you too, listen to me. All right, could this be 1, 2? Looks like you might have a 3, 4, 5 going in there. Tricky one, right? This is getting deep into the puzzle, right? Many of you may be nodding off here. This is a tricky one. Well, but if you're trading this shit, this is welcome to the party. Right? Nobody said the puzzle solving was going to be easy. You kind of have to like it. So I want to measure. If this is the 1 and this is the 2. All right, well, candidate for the 3. It doesn't, that would be putting the 3 here. Could be, right? You could do it here. 4. 5 of 3. All right, see, I'm using the again, where they usually go, that fib relationship to kind of guide me here. 1, 2, 1, 2, again, why would I assume the 4 here, right? We just stagnate, right? It's contraction, expansion. Could be the 4. Skinny. I mean, this is quite a ripping market. 3. All right, where are we going? And this has to go up a degree. Let's even go bigger. It's getting pretty beefy here. 1, 2. It actually, hopefully that you learn something there, right? So it's very tempting to just go, oh, fuck it, right? 3-ish. But if you break it down, right now, actually, this starts to make more sense because I can go, oh, that can't be the 3. So 1, 2 does make sense. Now I got a rip-roaring impulse, but I don't get one here. I really, you don't really have one here. But it's more likely a 5, right? Coming off of that. No, there's not a lot of huge imbalances here. Here's what this is. I drew that. Not a lot of huge, even I'm on the 8 hour, even if you go to a 4. Not a lot of big, obvious points here. Well, now we'd go. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, fuck me. Hang on. Put this. Where did I go here? There we go. Okay, there's some, kind of bring you back to maybe that's the 4 here. Inverted, right? They've been inverted, right? So very bullish, right? They were bearish, right? Inverted to bullish. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Fuck, there could be a triangle in there. The 4. That's likely a 4. Oh shit! I mean, it could be here actually. 1, 2, 3. There's the 4, right? How do we know it's a 4, right? We just consolidate up for the 5, for the 3. ABC to the 4, right? We're still going. This thing's a beast. What would we be completing up there? Now let's go back to what he gave me, which was the big one. All of this coming off the 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going up that high. That would just be the 3. Now back to the weekly. Shit, I think that's what he gave me. Okay, now see, that's why it's, in my opinion, that's why it's worth doing that extra work. Was it annoying? Okay, maybe a little bit. Did the algo get paid here off of the 50? Yes, it did. I'm going to just hide that. How's the geometry, right? Well, we're kicking on the other side of this, right? So if we're going to go up higher, we're going to end up doing this. Like this. Well, this will have to come back. Like that. Now I got new targets up here. Where do I think this is going, right? If I go, oh shit, that's going to have to go up another degree. Right? No telling when that, we don't know that that's done. It's still going. Shit, where's that for? Oh, where'd you go? Oh, get out of there. Could be here. All of this, right? Still going. 2. Boom. I'd get that on your watch list. There's your last major break of structure. All right, so there's, I mean, you had a baby pullback, right? So there's when you go, well, see, but there's it broke out and we didn't retrace. Well, yet. It's good, right? We want to see if some of them go, right? So they keep doing it. Am I on that? Well, it might be a little bit of a lesson there. So if I get right on the pivot, right, and kind of make the point, let's get right on it. There we go. Where's the worst possible location on this entire chart to buy it? Right there. Whoa. Ouch. That's why you don't do it. Now you can say, oh, well, he survived, right? And he stayed. Okay, look at all the profit. Okay. My point is that's not where you enter the market. Better to enter here or here. Or here, right on the other side of that. But not right at the break, right? That's only retail does that. Okay, am I done? I think I am done. Okay. Oh, no. Hang on. What time is it? Oh, I got 10 minutes. Okay, so I had 2 from, well, first, BC. Whoa, really good one. Nice one. God, what a beast this is. I don't know why. Defense and security solutions. Well, that could be why. Kratos. Tricky puzzle, right? But if you got to work with it, right, you can find something that flies. Okay, so I've got 2. Hang on. One of them was Doge, and one of them was something they wanted. From X. Okay, people on X asked for AVAX on a 2-day. Okay, right? So any of you KTOS, right? I'd get that on your watch list. That thing is a beast. Okay, so let's go to what was requested. All right, well, I've got a little bit of time here. AVAX. Crypto. Oh, let's use the aggregator. And oh shit, do I have a? Oh, let's do the 3-day. Let's see. Can I do if I do 2D? Does that do it? Let's try. Yeah, it does. Okay. Let's reset here. Okay, do I need to be in logs? Yeah, right. First question always. Yeah, I do. Let's take it out. All right, I always, whenever I go in, I always want to take it out too. Just to, okay, give me the real perspective. Well, okay, all right. So just force a habit, right? I always, whatever the low is that I've launched from. Look at the distortion here. Once I go to logarithmic. Okay, all right. So things just to look for. Oh God, I got this a little big here. Okay, all right. Yes, it overlaps, but it's a 5 into the low here. Oh, it doesn't really matter. No, this could be WX, Y, right? It could be A, B, C. It almost doesn't matter here. I've got a nice 5 that finishes. Oh, was liquidity swept here? Yeah, it was. Okay, right. So telltale signs, right? So coming back to this low, what kind of conviction do I have in this low? We swept liquidity, imbalances. I'd have to. Oh, I have to take this count up. There we go. All right, so got plenty of them there, right? So inverted. Well, you got a good pop here, but doesn't get to target, and then we get, oh, shit. Yes, we have closes below, so algo is out on this degree. Oh, I think we could probably, oh shit, this is a little unusual, big extension. Probably agree that's a 5. It's just force of habit. This is coming out of the election. Crypto-friendly admin. I can understand why. I don't know, they're making $1 billion a month. Okay, all right, so we get a 1. Candidate 2. I'll put it over here. Let's go to minuet. You're a little sloppy on the here, right? And then we have overlap here, so well, there's a 5, 3. You'd have to call that a 5. You'd call that a 5. So we probably have to do this as A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get a diag into the A, into the B, into the C. Imbalances, right? It's good tell for your entry. This is a little abnormal, but what's the tell here? We swing, we come back, right? Oh, you're telling me they're not getting that? Come on. Of course they will. Of course they're going to sweep that. Maybe not. Looks like another, boy, that's a little stretch, but it looks like you're, oh, let's go to the daily here, see if we can break that down a little bit. I'd come over here as well and see, okay, where's my lowest low? Is here still. That looks like a 5 that finishes it. I don't love the idea. I don't know that it matters, but this would be a high-class problem if we have this. Let's go down. See if we can make that fly. I don't love this, but I love what comes off of it. So here, let's break some of this. Let's just go. Let's get rid of the inverse and just do the regulars. If I'm coming back for this 1-2, again, high class problem. Oh, that might be here. Am I gonna have to do a triangle here? Yes, I do have to do it here. Okay, hang on. We'll get there. It takes a minute, right? Sometimes. Where's the worst possible place to buy this on the chart? Right there. You know somebody did. So I don't love that. That's good. I got to start. I want to start breaking it down. Now this is a bit of a clusterfuck. One, two, three. So you're stuck with that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's no way around that. So this has to be 1, 2, 3. God, that's a big 3. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Again, I'm stuck with it. We're gonna label it, all right? So always just, I know it's easy to just go, oh, fuck it. Looks like you got a diag here. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's go with green. WXY seems what we've got there. This is, you know, tricky, right? Certainly, eliticians might disagree on this. I don't know. Does it matter here? Oh, it's got a blue. ABC. Well, you'd have to do this because we swept the low. It's the same kind of thing, right? You can see it happening here. Sweeping that low, which is not a bad sign because it tells me. So look at this, what comes off of it. Now it's been mitigated, but you can see that this was muscle here. Right now they came back for it, but this is a decent pivot here because of that. Did it work out? Well, if your stop is here, maybe you're still in, likely, right? You got spooked out, or your trailing stop got hammered. Looks like this might be Al on the other side. It is, although he didn't get to target. Right, there he is. Doesn't get his target, right? So he's stopped out here. Just because they're there doesn't mean that they're always going to get their target. Well, we finished in a 3, so you'd have to do another 1 here. 1, 2, WX, ABC into that. It's like 3, 4, 5 could be done here. Let's take this one up. Let's go to red here. Oh, it looks good. 2, 1, 2. 3 looks very 4-ish. How do we identify the 4? All right, we stop progressing the trend. All right, we consolidate. From that consolidation comes expansion. Looks like we topped there. Well, let's do the whole thing. All right. Shit. Always the tough ones at the end when I'm trying to hurry so I don't lose you guys. This is a little tricky. Well, when in doubt, start to measure, right? Is this, if this is my 1 and this is my 2, where do we go for the 3? Shit, I can't make up. Right there. So 3 seems solid. 5 seems solid. What are we doing here? Let's put it together. Excuse me. Excuse me, these fucking allergies just kill me. Well, it looks like we got quite a kick here in the... Let's hang on a second. Let's see what this looks like. God, this is definitely a tough one. What do we do here? My thought being, right, this has gone so far. Do I have to reconsider this? I think I prefer this given that. So I can use this as a guide because that's a common for a wave 2. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It flies, right? So that actually does fly. So let's take this down. And we'll call this a 1. Let's take, oh fuck, come on. Well, let's go green again. 1, 2. Okay. 1. Yeah, you're stuck with it. All right, because of the launch here. So that's a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I know. You start to choke on them. So, but why do I like this better? Because it's giving me a 4 here. Oh, fuck. What am I not used here? Go to yellow. Possible. All right, so this is, that's why you pencil them in, right? Because you're going to adjust on the fly. Do I look like I have a good, it does look like I have a better fit here. Does it have the right look? That's why I do this. Right look? Yeah. Now, where's this 4? If this is my 2, and that's my 3, 38. Where's the high probability location for a wave 4? Right here. All right, so now it's starting to take shape. Okay, so now I can start to put some geometry around it. Okay, all right, I've got a good candidate here. Oh, I do it this way and then put a sliding parallel on it. So that's that. We can get that out of there. Let's get that out of there. Oh, I would just do it this way. Come here. Just slide it down. So I can see that potential, right? So there's the 3, reasonable for the 4. Okay, so what am I looking for? 5. To complete what? 3, 4, 5. But all of that still in the context, well, I got to go big here. Oh, so this could really start to fly. Okay, remember, so if this is getting good now. Oh, wait a minute, I got an extra count in here. Somebody's extra. This one's extra. Let's come back here. Okay, this is the target I'm after, right? This is the one that matters to me. If this is the 1 and this is the 2. Here. Here. All right, we're the most common, right? Could we go that high? Why would you assume not? I've got another channel here that's tied to the first one too. Right now we're outside of that, right? But I don't have the 3 yet. I might keep that there, right? Just to kind of for geometry, right? That often they can come back into play. Now I've gone from my 2-day, right, to kind of break this down. Good looking target up here. Okay, what are we going to fight? Right? It's so easy to forget. Oh, whoops. Oh, the struggle is real. Is that my all-time high? Well, it's the swing that matters. It closes, right? So this algo is broken. Good sign, right? That's what you want to see. If you're a bull, let's get back out to the daily. All right, what's liquidity points we got to consider? Oh, this is a good one. And move this over. Ooh. I don't know that I wouldn't want to be bullish here. Why would you? Again, if you're a crypto trader, this is just what you want to see. And alt season's flying. Does this have a use? It's not a bullshit meme coin, right? It has a use case. Oh, what do I want to do? I get that off of there. True utility. I wouldn't be shorting that. I'd be looking for, well, now you're kind of late to that. Well, if we go back to what's the idea here, could I get this into a 1, 2 to get a 3, 4, 5 to go here? What do we, what do we absolutely not want to do? Whatever this guy did. Because somebody did that. Is that 1, 2? Well, it's hard to call that. We got to get down to, do we have a 5 coming off of that? Looks like we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? Kind of bumpy up there. 3, 4. That's a little weird, actually. A 30. I don't think I want to do that, so I think you're kind of stuck with that. Into that 5. Break of structure, retrace. Right. Now, what do we know? What do we anticipate? Looks like that could be Al as well. So is that him? Probably. 50 front run, hard to call it. Is there anything to do there now? Well, I would say no. That's one to watch. I'm not saying I'd keep Elliott 60 minutes and above if you want to have better count craft. Okay, right. So this one, hopefully, what's happening here is that there would be a 3, 3, and we'd come a little deeper here. Be an opportunity down here, maybe at this imbalance. Something like that. Oh, of course, can you line them up? Can I get something like that right here where I have these imbalances? For that candidate for the 1, 2 before we go 3, trying to get up here to finish this, to finish this. But the retrace, where's the liquidity? Below. We already swept the external liquidity, now we're coming internal. So external, internal, it just rotates. Okay, there's that one. And then Doge on a 4-hour. Okay, so AVAX, I'd get that on your A list. To be, you can watch it. Okay, all right, so this Doge. Last one. Oh, let's use the aggregator. And they wanted Doge on a 4-hour. Oh, I think this is a bit sloppy too. Well, right off the bat, how much do you love that looking at it? Let's take it out. Now your eye might look at that and think, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, is that 5? Is it a diag? So now if that's me, well, okay, just a few other things, right? Just to make the point, not to harp on this, but all right. Is there a consistent pattern here that we see? Sweep, retrace, sweep, retrace. There's some consistency there. There's an ABC. There's a zigzag. But I don't particularly like it. There's a clear 5, right? We can't ignore it. WXY looks like you'd have to do it that way. So if we're going to build on it, you'd have to do it that way. ABC, ABC, 5, 3, 5. Now, I'm out of log scale because I don't, that's double the range. I don't really need to be in log scale if I'm pulling right. Oh, God damn it. Come here. Okay, so I don't love that. I got a clear 5 here, so let's zoom in there. Right, you got to account for these. Well, I mean, my suggestion would be if you're applying this methodology, right, you want to account for them. Okay, well, from the low, what did I do? Sloppy. Right, I mean, it still could be a 2, right? But we don't have Big Al clearing a path for us. Oh, it's probably WXY. 1, 2. Oof. Well, already you can see how that's a little fucked, right? So 1, 2, no. What's your best case here? 1, 2, another 1, 2. If it's going to play that way, which is, so what's this? Oh, you probably get away with it. Kicker in the 5th. But you see, what you're getting a bunch of 1, 2s, 1 ABC, right? So we can probably complete that. Let's just be thorough. So what is that? Well, there's your best case, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You probably finish this. Kicker's in the 5th, right? Seems to be consistent. Another 1, 2. Is that Al? Probably. Definitely. There he is. Every chart, sooner or later, you're going to find him. He's always there. There he is. Paid. That looks like that could be done. A, B, C. It's deep, right? But it's perfectly valid for a 2. It's just you don't have the big muscle there. So thus, okay, we're bumping into an imbalance here, right? So okay, same thing, right? Same thing here. Hallmarks of a good low. Was liquidity swept? Yes, it was. Imbalance. Did we come off of it with muscle? That's a 4-hour. Let's go to a 1. Not as extreme, right? It looks better on up the 2 here. Got a little one here. That's what I want to see. Some signs of imbalance, but you got resistance up here. So that's not particularly great looking launch, but you got the makings of something that's starting there. Since that was out, 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like that's not much of a 5. I would kind of float this because you don't really get a good 5 there. That's your 5. Well, here, let's label it. Maybe. Just as possible. Because I don't have an impulse coming here. Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Ah, God damn it. Got a little throw over there. I'd keep it here and then just clone it. This is not good. I wouldn't trade that. But personally, right, that it's not good enough. I got more potential liquidity here to be swept. This is what you're saying is, oh, I don't care that there's not a 5 there. I don't care. Now, maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't matter. I'm not necessarily saying short it. I'm just saying for the long, be picky. Why are you going to risk it there? I mean, yes, right. It's one time framing, right? It's right. We're not sweeping the lows are not being taken. Here we finally got swept a low here, but that's just a straight shot. But you see, even on a 1 hour, there's no imbalances there. It's not showing me that muscle stepped in there. Now, we can go here, and maybe we see a little bit more here. I go here. Okay, it looks better on the 4. 4 will be a bigger magnet. Did we even get into it? Higher time frame, right to the edge of it, right? That's enough just to tap it, right? It's being resisted. It's not a 1 that I would trade. Given the potential, right, for this to come back here and sweep this low, and because it's not great price action here. There's no subdivision. Is that your 2, 3? What? So what's the downside? Well, what if I miss it? What if it? What? So your thought is we're just going to go vertical here? We're just going to go straight up? Shit, maybe we are. But I wouldn't trade that. Right? It's not good enough. If we are going to retrace, well, if that were to be the pivot, we're going to start a retrace here. I want to see how it responds there. All right, shit, I'm way long, 45 minutes. I went 15 minutes long. Okay, I'm hungry. What did the market do? Oh, we're back up. All right, hopefully I didn't lose half the people watching there. I know that can get a little tedious watching somebody work it, but I don't know a better way to teach it, right? I don't know how else to learn. How else you learn rather than kind of go through the sausage making, rather than we do it all in advance and you come out, then you don't get any benefit from it. You don't see the thought process. So that's why we do it this way. So hopefully you got a few things from it. Again, if you want to develop this skill set, we could help you with that, right? That's what the belt system is. Free Discord, right? You can always get into our free Discord. As I always say, don't take my word for anything. Just ask the other members how they do with it. Okay, right? And if you want to post here, right, you can always join our Discord, right, and just post. The only thing we ask is if you're a free member, which, we're happy to have free members, right? Often they turn into paid members. If you want to post, just post your TA on it. It doesn't have to be Elliott Wave. Just show me that you're making. What we don't want is people going, oh, I'm going to join for free and give me, ETH the Bitcoin. We want to, see some effort that you're trying to learn or adapt, what we're teaching into your technical work. Maybe it'll be a good match. Okay, with that, guys, you know where to find us, TradeDevils.com. That'll get you links to our Discord and everything else, right? All the opportunities here for the educational content, right? If